Arena in Oakland. It's the Golden State Warriors getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. Hi, everyone. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Warriors coming in. They know what's at stake. This is it. One game to decide the NBA Finals.
Well, here we are. This is what you dream about. A Game 7. A one-game series for the NBA championship. This has been one heck of a thrilling ride so far. I'm just so grateful to be here courtside to watch this happen in front of my own eyes. This has really been a dream come true.
The follow won't go either. Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Gets to the basket and scores.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Just getting started. Strap in for a good one here in Game 7. To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard. Tough matchup with Draymond Green. Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Curry has it. To Green. Marc Gasol. Tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lowry into the front court. Leads 4. And scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Cousins. Steph Curry missed his first. That one goes. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
To Thompson. Curry. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Green to Thompson. Down for Curry. Marc Gasol. Huge block. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Lowry. His first effort off the mark. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Trailing by 4. To shoot for Golden State. To Green. Fires the 3. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. Leonard to Gasol. The drive right to the basket. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Curry to bring it up. They trail by 7. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the 3.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. Second one's no good. One more coming. Unfortunate. Missed all 3 at the line. Here's Curry with it up top. Down 4. Has a look. Shot by Curry, no good. To Lowry. Lowry. Green always looking for the steal. To Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Kawhi Leonard. Good on the quick release there.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the threes.
To Cousins. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Curry into the front court. Right now, down 7. Driving right to the basket. Steph Curry. 4 out of 7.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
And score. Strong take.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Andre Iguodala, a couple of free throws on the way. 71% for his career. Able to convert on both free throws. Toronto with the basketball. Leonard to Gasol. Backcourt. Pascal Siakam pins it. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Lowry with it. Up 5. Gasol to Leonard. Here comes the screen. Lowry to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard looking good. 4 for 5.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Leonard to Danny Green. Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
The monster stuff. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Klay Thompson sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Possession lies with Golden State. Siakam here against Steph. Pascal Siakam with the block. Pascal Siakam snatching it out of the air. Leonard.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Strong finish at the rim for Marc Gasol. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Green down for Curry. Tough make through traffic. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to explode.
Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Curry to Thompson. Stephen Curry with a look. Not going down for him this time. Lowry matched up with the two-time MVP. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. To Curry. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The savvy players, they throw their arms.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Fred VanVleet. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
I'm the first to say I like the intensity as much as the next guy, but you got to be smart. Early fouls like that may come back to haunt you later in the game.
Serge Ibaka at the line for two shots. For his career, 76% from the line. Misses the first. Oh, he missed them both. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, short. Warriors basketball. And he'll head to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Jordan Bell has got two shots coming. For his career, 68%. Off the mark on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Turns and slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
That pass taken away by Toronto. It was right there. To Sean Livingston. Serge Ibaka swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Leonard. Screen coming. Kawhi Leonard up against Cook. Missed a wide open look. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down 8. Bell to Thompson. Here comes the screen. Bell to Sean Livingston. Won't go. Fred VanVleet. Warriors have the basketball. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Leonard. Livingston across the timeline. Margins 8. It's a big finish.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Cook to bring it into the front court. Down 12. Livingston. Warriors with 4 to shoot. Thompson. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
It's Cook with the basketball. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Thompson. From the painted area, won't go down. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. 4-3. Not that time. He missed it.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Nice finish at the rim. 20-footer at the buzzer. 1 quarter down in this deciding Game 7. And we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Hey, lock up.
Slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Another follow, no good. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Serge Ibaka able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Leonard. Not going down here. To Leonard. For 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Livingston to bring it up. His guys down big to Durant. Off the assist.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Fred Van Vliet to Leonard. Fires the 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Sean Livingston. From long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. To Durant. Goes to the left side. Fires the 3. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Kevin Durant has it. To Sean Livingston. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
To Gasol. Livingston across the timeline. Trailing by 11. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Durant. To Sean Livingston. Taken by the Raptors.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
It's Golden State basketball. Durant. Won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Lynn. Over to the right side. A bad pass there. Warriors have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Lynn matched up with Livingston. Gasol to Jeremy Lin. Lets it fly from long range, and he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
And he connects on the first free throw. Hits the second. One more coming. Hits all 3 free throws. Golden State at the controls. Serge Ibaka with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Jordan Bell sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Ibaka against the former Finals MVP. To Lin. Going to launch beyond the arc. Jeremy Lin forcing that one there. Well defended. Fred VanVleet to Jeremy Lin. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Offensive board. Sean Livingston rejects it. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Steve Kerr gets some new personnel on the floor. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Curry to Durant. Jumper's good.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Oh, stolen by the Warriors. To Durant. Throws it down.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
To Curry. Cousins. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lin with it. His team up by 7. OG Anunoby sizing up Iguodala. Ibaka. Down low Gasol. You've got to get that one to go. Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Fred VanVleet on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Jeremy Lin, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. Missed the second one as well. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
You know, he may not show up in your feed all the time with the crazy highlights, but he's one of the most underrated creative shot makers we have in this game.
To Green. Marc Gasol tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Durant. Count it at the line. Raptors come away with it. Nice work by Fred VanVleet.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Durant to Green. Here's a chance from long range. Offensive rebound. DeMarcus Cousins. 3 for 6 now.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you get poor effort defensively. You can't make any shots. Then you see the ball go in. Boom. Switch turned on.
Lynn, tough matchup against Durant. Shot by Anunoby, no good. To Durant. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
It's Steph at the controls. Kevin Durant lets it fly. Not that time.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Curry. 4-3. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. For 3, Fred VanVleet locked in on that one.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Durant. Curry to Durant. Fires the 3, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain 3s.
Warriors have the basketball. Curry to Durant. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Kevin Durant at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Career 88% from the line. Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Klay Thompson. To Gasol. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second as well. Curry with the basketball. Down by 1. To Cousins. Marc Gasol. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Lowry. From long range. And it's Iguodala to claim the rebound. Nothing going here on that drive. And count the basket inside.
And like we've seen so many times, This is what you have to worry about with the Warriors. When they get on a run like this, they can put the game to bed in a hurry.
Nice pass to set things up. Strong finish at the rim for Marc Gasol.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw try, off the mark. And the rebound cleared by Thompson. Curry to bring it up. Leads just a point. Durant to Thompson. To Durant. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Lowry into the front court. It's a one-point game as we approach halftime. To Leonard. Fires the three. That's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Lowry against the former Cougar. Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. We are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Warriors will start the second half with a narrow lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors. The Raptors have kept it close after one half. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Rebounds.
Never give up on the play. That's what every coach tells you all the way back to grade school. And that's what we're seeing here tonight with the effort on the boards.
Player of the half.
Steph Curry has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Pascal Siakam, a bad pass there. Warriors have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Green to Curry. Five to shoot for Golden State. Two-point shot for Curry. And scores on the step back.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Pascal Siakam. Warriors have To Curry. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short.
His scoring has definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Gasol. Lowry. From the painted area, won't go down. Durant with the basketball up top. Up 5. Kawhi Leonard pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Lowry to Leonard. Can't connect from inside.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Kevin Durant at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Kawhi Leonard against KD. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Lowry takes aim at Steph Curry. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Leads 5. Yes, Klay Thompson. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Lowry. Short jumper stays out.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Durant. Got tons of contact. Throws it down.
I mean, did you see that? When their bodies collided, he used his body as a launching pad, which gave him another foot on that slam.
Pascal Siakam. Warriors come up with it. To Curry. Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. Draymond Green. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Leonard. Oh, stolen by the Warriors. Curry to Green. The drive right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. To Lowry. Off the mark. That pass taken away by Toronto. To Danny Green. Has a chance. Green with a shot, no good. Taken by the Raptors. Defense forces the turnover, and it leads to points.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Possession lies with Golden State. To Curry. Nice pass to set things up.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Leonard. Lowry over to the right side. Siakam here against Steph. Leonard. No good. That's great defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Curry to Durant. Down low to Cousins. Slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
No good and no foul. Here's Curry with it up top. His guy's up by 15. Marc Gasol sends it away. Toronto has the basketball. Knocked loose. Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Trailing by 15. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Gasol to Danny Green. And the rebound taken by Iguodala. Thompson to bring it into the front court. The lead is 15. Goes to the right side. Cousins to Curry. Shot clock winding down. Here's Cousins. Wide open look, won't go. To Lowry. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. Warriors basketball. Curry to Green. Cousins. And Draymond Green throws it down.
How many times did we see this last year for this Warriors ball club? You know when that third quarter arrives, you better bring it because that's when they take it to another level.
To Gasol. Lowry defended by Thompson. The screen sets him up for two.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Curry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. They'll get it down to Thompson. Shot from the lane won't go. To Danny Green. Stuffs it down with authority.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Lowry to Danny Green. Ibaka guarded by Klay Thompson. Changes coming from both sides right now. Fred VanVleet. Lowry to Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins with the block. Going the other way. Lowry. And Green able to pull down the rebound. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Ibaka doesn't have the touch. No good. Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes, And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Lowry to Van Vliet. Serge Ibaka. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
They work it down to Cousins. And a throwdown.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Danny Green matched up with Durant. Lowry, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. It's Steph for 2. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To Green. Here's Durant for 2. And hits off a killer step back.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Serge Ibaka slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Lowry to Van Vliet. Here comes the screen. OG Anunoby, defended by Kevin Durant. Runner here, won't go down. It's Curry controlling the offense. To Green. Whoa, what a finish.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. And stuffs it home. Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Durant. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Kawhi Leonard takes aim at Livingston. To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Durant. That pass taken away by Toronto. Knocked loose. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. So possession remains with Toronto. Leonard to Van Vliet. Knocked loose. Warriors have it. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Stephen Curry has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Leonard to Ibaka. No, I missed a short one there. Pascal Siakam, deep left corner. Pascal Siakam to Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. That misses with 2 seconds to go. That's the end of the third quarter. The Warriors with a commanding lead. The Warriors with the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. And Jay, no surprise, the defending champs in complete control.
Ed, we call that first-class problems. Just too many weapons, and the rich keep getting richer. When you have 5 All-Stars on one team and then an NBA Finals MVP as well, that's a good problem, man.
Count it.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. The rebound comes down to Toronto. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Pascal Siakam snatching it out of the air.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Livingston to bring it up. His guys hold a commanding lead. Fred VanVleet gets it in the right corner. Pascal Siakam to VanVleet. Nothing going here on that drive. Good look that time, but off the mark. Oh, they don't get it across in time. That's an 8-second violation. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Sean Livingston. Warriors with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Almost. And he's not getting the call. Livingston. Had a chance, but it's no good. OG Anunoby sizing up Jordan Bell. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Bell. Nice pass to set things up. Count the basket inside.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Great pass to set it up. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Sean Livingston. And counted at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Warriors have the basketball. Has a chance. Cook shot won't go. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Livingston across the timeline. Lead is 12. Bell to Sean Livingston. Pascal Siakam swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And the finish, slam dunk.
And easy to get back on defense.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. And he finishes at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Curry with the ball. To Thompson. Sizing up the defense. Curry. Yeah, he commands the paint.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Jeremy Lin. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Thompson. Has a look. Shot by Thompson misses. To Lin. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
To Green. Curry. To Green. Down low Bell. Jordan Bell with the dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Lowry to Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin, 4 out of 7.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Iguodala to bring it up. His team on top by 8. Green to Curry. Goes to the right side. Green. Raptors come away with it. To Ibaka. They work it down to Gasol. Jordan Bell able to recover with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Lowry to Gasol. Knocked loose. Warriors come up with it. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
Iguodala to bring it up. His team up by 7. From the painted area, won't go down. Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Lin. Here comes the screen. Lin sizing up Draymond Green. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Green to Curry. To the rim. Lays it up and in. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
To Green. Down for Curry. Cashes in for 2.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
OG Anunoby, defended by Thompson. Free throws coming up.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try at the line, no good. He missed a pair of free throws. DeMarcus Cousins with a piece. That's his 3rd block this evening. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Misses the first. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Shaun Livingston. Green. Steph lets loose. It's no good. Great defense.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Jeremy Lin at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. Missed the foul shot. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Up 5. Yes, Klay Thompson. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Klay isn't usually a guy that goes to the bucket. He usually pulls up for threes, but that was a nice, easy lay-in right there.
Lowry with it. He'll run the offense. To Jeremy Lin. Nothing going here on that drive. Lin to Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Leads 5. Knocked loose. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Curry and a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Stephen Curry with a look. The Raptors able to clear the board. Lynn with it. The deficit now up to 5. A bad pass there. Warriors have it. To Sean Livingston. Jumper's good.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what should you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Leonard. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And they call it.
Welcome to New Age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
First one goes down. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. The dynasty continues. The Warriors, once again, NBA champions.
The Warriors have earned what so many others have only been able to dream about, an NBA title. They've earned their place in the history books. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Golden State Warriors. The Raptors won't get to lift the Larry O'Brien trophy. It was one of the best seasons in the franchise history, but without a championship, it's likely to be forgotten. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.